And that's one of the things that we're really shifting our awareness and focus around. I've realized that transformation always happens in the room. It doesn't happen over Zoom. All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Jason Hull. This is Sarah Hull, the owners of DoorGrow, the world's leading and most comprehensive coaching and consulting firm for long-term residential property management entrepreneurs. For over a decade and a half, we have brought innovative strategies and optimization to the property management industry. At DoorGrow, we are on a mission to transform property management business owners and their businesses. We want to transform the industry, eliminate the BS, build awareness, change perception, expand the market, and help the best property management entrepreneurs win. All right, now let's get into the show. What are we talking about today, Sarah?
We're going to talk about how AI is starting to change things.
Let's do it. So one of the things we've been talking a lot about is the secondary effects of AI, because everybody's talking about AI. And I think we started in phase one was the AI revolution. Everybody's starting to use ChatGPT. Now people are starting to use Claude for business, and people are learning prompting. And now some of you are starting to vibe code, and some of you making videos. Some of you started making images with AI. And now we live in a world of the next stage I'm calling AI slop. AI slop. We're in the world of AI sloppiness. I just got a letter, no offense, NARPM, but I got a letter from y'all, and I can tell you wrote this. You wrote this using ChatGPT. I mean, the big giveaway phrases, and some of you have heard stuff like this, it's like, and we love NARPM. Thanks for NARPM for sending us a letter, but this is the problem. With NARPM 2.0, we're not just talking about the future of our association, M-, we're actively building it. So with blank, it's not A, it's B. Dead giveaway, and there's lots of other dead giveaways, and some of you are starting to hear this AI voice, and you're starting to recognize this AI voice. And so we're now in the world of AI slop, where nobody is writing anything, and the people that do write original content, like I've done a couple of Facebook posts just recently, totally handwritten. I wrote the whole thing, and I really enjoy writing. The challenge is some people don't recognize how to get their voice into AI. And so anyway, we've got this whole world of AI slop now. Anything can be created by anyone instantly. You can create images, video, text. And so you've probably heard me talk about fake internet theory. Have you ever heard of this idea?
I have, but just for anyone who hasn't.
So the fake internet theory has been around probably since once the internet went mainstream. And the fake internet theory is this idea that the majority, at least half in the past, of all the content, all of the traffic that was on the internet was bots. It could be like Google crawling sites. It could be a lot of different things, but at least half of all the traffic was bots. Well, now with AI, this is even worse. Perplexity is doing research. All these different AI tools are doing research. People are not crawling stuff or crawling websites a lot of times. They're just talking to AI, and AI is doing all this. And so the internet now, all the content isn't even, like even this letter probably was not written by D.D. Garzone, the NARPM president, 2026. It was probably written by AI, which, saved your time. And it's not a bad letter. The challenge is people read this, see this, and we're starting to recognize what's AI and what's not. And we're kind of developing, there's kind of this feel, this voice that you're like, oh, that's AI. And so what am I doing? I just discount stuff. I read and go, oh, yeah, I wrote this. I probably don't even need to read the rest. So we just skim stuff. We stop reading things. And so this is the challenge, is that people want reality. People want humanity. And so the secondary effect, we're in phase 2, AI slop. Phase 3, I believe, is going to be a return to in-person. It's going to be human interaction. The secondary effect of AI is that human interaction is going to be significantly more important. And this is where things are going to be shifting to in-person. Things are going to be shifting away from digital marketing. Things are going to be shifting away from anything that you can tell AI to do quickly and easily. And I've always said to our clients, the secret ingredient to scaling your business is depth. The secret to creating a scalable business is to do the unscalable actions. That's depth. And so we're going to talk about today the importance of in-person.
Yeah. Do you guys remember in COVID when everything shut down?
Yeah, good times.
And then you couldn't leave your house?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, because you might die. That was great for a little bit, right? Everyone was like, I don't have to go to the office. I don't have to go to work. This is like, oh, I'll just hang out in my house in my pajamas all day and eat some chips and like, no one will know and it'll be amazing. It was a really fun time for like I don't know, 2 weeks. The first week was awesome. It was like when you have a substitute teacher and then they put on a movie and you go, this is great. We don't have to do anything today. This is amazing. This is going to be so cool.
A lot of workers. I think employers, business owners were freaking out.
Yes, exactly. Business owners were, let's be honest for a second, property managers were real happy about getting a vacation. And it was a vacation that you were forced to take, right? You couldn't go and do things you normally do. And if you decided to not do showings or decided to not go to the office or decided to, hey guys, we're all going to work from home, no one was going to fault you. It was going to be totally fine because everybody else was doing it. We're all going to stay from home. And then at some point we'll go back to the office. For a little bit, I think people welcomed that. And that maybe lasted a week, maybe 2. Maybe even 3 weeks for some people. And then after that, they were like, what? When can I leave? What do you mean? Like I'm stuck in my house. I can't get out. I can't go anywhere. When my kids are here, we're all stuck together and no one knows what to do. And we're all bored out of our minds. And they were starving for human interaction. Yeah. Because everything, Zoom, look at the Zoom stock in 2020, skyrocketed. Because everything moved to remote. Yeah. Everything moved to Zoom. It was like, we can't meet in person, but we still kind of have to do things. How do we do it? We are going to do Zoom. And remember when a lot of commercial real estate tanked because people were like, well, we can't go into the office. We're not buying office space. We're not renting office space. We're going to wait and hold out and see what happens in all this crazy COVID stuff. Right. And it's because all of us were just stuck in our houses. Everything became virtual. Everything became remote. Even the things that are normally done in person, a lot of them started to shift so that it was no longer in person or the full thing wasn't in person. There was just the one quick little piece that was in person and everything else was done virtually. At that point, people were starving for human interaction because it's not the same being on a screen. Looking at a face on the screen and hearing voices on a screen or on a phone call or through Zoom or Teams or whatever it was, or emailing and texting and phone calls, it's just not the same. Yeah. So people then started to go a little bit stir crazy. And as soon as things opened up, things started to surge again. People were desperately trying to connect with other people in person. Yeah. They were going to their friends' houses. They were trying to meet up with their friends. They were trying to go on vacation. Travel started to boom again. Why? Because we're meant to be with other people. Yeah. Humans are not solitary animals. We're just not. So AI is going to end up creating something that I think is quite similar. We're going to rely on AI so much just because we have to. And it's an amazing tool and it makes things a lot faster and we can do things that were not possible before and we can do years or months of research in minutes or hours. The advancements that it allows us to make and in such a short time span are remarkable. But the other thing that it does is it reduces the human-to-human communication. And now, even has anyone ever picked up the phone and called a company and you don't talk to a human now? Now you talk to the AI agent. Yeah. Right? And that seems really great because you go, okay, it helps me and it answered my questions and that's lovely. But can you imagine now that most of your interactions are going to be with AI? Most interactions will not be with other humans. Most of a human's interactions will be with a bot or AI. Yeah. Even if it sounds like a human, it will be AI. And that kind of effect I think we're going to see largely what we saw in COVID all over again, where people want to see and interact with and talk to and hang out with people. Yeah. And I think that's going to be incredibly valuable. Yeah. I think as humans, when we shift into a mode of isolation where we're no longer interacting with other people and you're spending the majority of your day talking to Claude and ChatGPT and building things, and you probably feel a lot of dopamine. You're like, look at all the stuff I'm getting done. But you're just contributing to the problem of AI slop. If you can make it easily, so can anybody else. And so it's not just about creating more stuff with AI. That isn't really a competitive advantage. The competitive advantage really is being in person. The wealthy and the smart will be able to afford to be able to go slow, not faster.
They'll be able to spend more time with people. They'll be able to spend more time with their family. They'll be able to spend more time going deeper into building real relationships. These relationships you have with your AI agents aren't real relationships, and they're not going to create the connection that humans need. And they're not going to create the connection and the feelings that your clients need. Clients don't just need their stuff done. They need human connection. They need trust, and they need to feel safe. So alienation is going to lead to isolation, and isolation will lead to stagnation in your business because you're not around people that are actually making moves and figuring out how to connect and make a big difference. And the thing that we've noticed is we've been in a lot of these programs, but the real benefit of the programs, the most significant benefit is the caliber of the people physically in the room. It's the people that we get to meet. It's not the guru at the helm. It's not their cool content or ideas. Everybody joins for the content, but it's the people, it's the connections. It's the community that's curated. And that's one of the things that we're really shifting our awareness and focus around. I've realized that transformation always happens in the room. It doesn't happen over Zoom. Ah, that rhymes. You can all quote me on that. That's a Jason Hole original.
Look at you. Transformation
happens in the room, not on Zoom. And Zoom calls the other thing related to fake internet theory. You can ask AI about this, people. You AI people, go check me on this. There's a psychological effect that being on Zoom calls on video and watching video training material inside of even our DoorGrow Academy your brain does not perceive this as real life. It perceives it as this digital universe. It's fake. And so we've noticed our clients aren't able to just watch a video and implement or absorb it mentally the same way. And once they get in person with us and they recognize we're real people and we give them a high five or a hug or whatever, and they come to our onboarding, because we onboard every mastermind client in person now. We also have quarterly events that we're launching.
We've been doing that for about 2 years.
We've been doing that for a long time.
We saw the writing on the wall.
Huge game changer.
And we decided, hey, let's go. We can go much deeper in person than we can ever get to on Zoom or on a phone call. So we decided that should be one of the first things that we do with people is really get them in momentum quickly. Yeah. And what's the fastest way that we can do that? We can get them in person.
Yeah, because on Zoom, it's very easy for you to look like you're cool. It's very easy for you to look like everything's put together.
Books and stuff in the background. And
you're making fun of me now?
Have a pretty background.
Okay. See what's going on. You can have a boring office without cool lights. So what I'm saying is, when you're on a Zoom call with a group of your peers and business owners and people maybe you look up to, it's very easy to not give people your real situation and not reveal what's really going on. That's hard to avoid doing in person, especially if you're called out or your mentor's calling you out. That's difficult. And so you need to be in the room because you have to get real feedback. You have to share your real challenges. You need to recognize they're real people. Your brain and unconscious mind and your subconscious need to recognize these ideas that you maybe saw in video or see on Zoom, or the people you see on Zoom are real. There's something that clicks and shifts when we get our clients in person. All of their results shift. They make more money. They have breakthroughs. And your breakthroughs are on the other side of embarrassment, one of our mentors would share. And you have to be willing to get real. And real and raw happens in person. It's just not going to be the same on a Zoom call or on video or even digital marketing. We're looking at how we can do less of that ourselves and do more stuff that actually creates real connection and relationship with people. Because I think anybody can do anything digitally now.
Let me go take some property managers out to lunch. Yeah. That's what we need to do. We need to meet people face to face.
Walk in offices, do door to door. Yeah.
Right. I know.
I think there's going to be a secondary effect that we're going to see a lot of things shifting back to humans. We've spent so much time over the last decade sitting in front of a computer, like so many people. And I think if AI does anything well for us, it will be that it gets us out from behind the computer and actually hanging out with human beings again. And that should be the goal. The people that are smart are going to be focused on that. And that's why our mastermind, we've shifted the priority and the focus to being an in-person mastermind. And we've seen people have great success with this. Our mentors, like Aaron Stokes, and others have great success with this. And that's what we're wanting to replicate and emulate. And we want people to have real relationships. We want people to have a family, a cohort of property management business owners that feel connected and are doing cool stuff. And that way you can cut through all the AI slop, because everything AI puts out sounds like it's great and amazing. Every landing page looks like, yeah, this sounds like it could be awesome. And so it's hard to know if anything is real at all. And a lot of stuff on the internet is not even real anymore. A lot of the products you see aren't even like actually real or decent products. They've just got great AI marketing, and you can go buy the product for like a third of the cost on AliExpress or Alibaba or whatever. Or you can go on Amazon. Some of these products I'm seeing on Instagram, you can go buy for like $50 cheaper on these small products on Amazon.
And AI can create courses too.
AI
Anyone
courses,
can get on any
anything.
AI thing and go, hey, I have this idea and have this thought, and I want to create a course and then sell this course online.
Yeah,
build me the whole course, build me the material,
the landing
write
page,
me the script,
the ads.
Do everything. You can even have AI. If you don't want to do the video for the course, you don't have to. AI can just do it.
It can summarize it, yeah.
And you can do that in minutes now. So what value is there in that?
The challenge is that there's no way to know what really works,
right?
Because AI is just making stuff up based on what it has in its knowledge base. So the idea is we want to shift towards reality and in person, because if I'm talking with a property management business owner and they say, this is what I've done and it's actually working, whereas AI will just hallucinate, it'll make stuff up, it will lie and just make everything sound amazing, because somebody could say, just make this sound like it's amazing and it works and it's awesome. And it might not be. And so how do you know it's real anymore? You're going to need to be around real humans that can say, I did this. I tried this thing. I used this AI prompt and here was the result. It wasn't great, or this worked. And so,
more importantly, that's a bad idea, because AI doesn't want to tell you if it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
AI is so affirming. It goes, oh, that's such a great idea. Yeah, you should definitely do that. Wait, whoa.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Is that going to work? Yeah, you're on the right track. Yeah, you've got this dialed in so well. And then you could also do this. And no.
You're not just coming up with a new idea. You're a game changer. You're not just cool. You're awesome.
AI is really bad at telling people bad news.
Well, I know there's people listening and they're like, well, I use this and I have this prompt. I get it. But ChatGPT, it's
right, but you have
to make you feel amazing.
You have to give AI a prompt in order to make it be more honest with you, in order to make it not just affirm everything that you say. So when we think about what is the programming of it, therefore then what is the validity of it? So we have to kind of reprogram it just in order to get better output from it and better data from it. That doesn't mean it's the best data. What is great data is, here's a real person. They've been there, done that. I'm going to trust that over what AI tells me any day of the week.
And people trust AI. That, like, I use AI to do research on things because I'm like, is this product claim real? Is this landing page on the level? And sometimes it's like, yes. And sometimes it's like, no, this is overinflated. This study they're citing is like misreferenced, whatever. There's so much BS. So now we have to use AI to combat AI to figure out what's real. But this is going to be one of the secondary effects, is we need to be connecting with human beings and we need to be in the room with real people and in person. And that's what AI should enable us to do. It should enable more humanity. It should enable more connection, not disconnect us.
So if you're looking for something that is a real human, and if you're looking for human connection, then we've got events coming up in October. I know that by the time this will be released, you'll miss the May event, but we do have live in-person events coming up in October that you would be able to attend. They will be in the North Austin, Texas area, and one of them will be our fall intensive. This will be for our clients. If you're not yet our client, you still have some time to figure out, hey, let's just jump in and try it out. The other one is our DoorGrow live event. And we've decided, in this whole AI spirit, let's get people moving through things quickly. And instead of just sitting at another conference, because there's so many of those in property management where you just sit at a conference and you go home with 38 pages of notes and all of these ideas that you would love to do, and maybe you're going to do one of two of them and that's about it. And then in reality, there's all of this other good stuff and you never really got to it. But had you implemented it, it might have changed the business. So we've decided to instead shift. So it's not a conference where you're going to be sitting there in the room, taking notes and learning, which is very valuable. That's still a valuable thing. We're just making it more valuable. So we're going to have some workshops built right into it so that you can go there, do the work, take action, and you can move your business forward. And the way that we're structuring things is it will allow you to get 30 or more days of work done in the 2 days at the event. And it's in person with real humans.
I'll read a little quote from our offer document for our Growth Accelerator Mastermind. And it says, "The room where property managers stop playing small. Most property managers are stuck trying to grow from behind a screen, watching webinars, sitting on Zoom calls, collecting PDFs they'll never read, and wondering why nothing changes. And nothing changes because your environment hasn't changed. You got to get into a different environment. Environment changes the identity. Even fish will grow to the size of the container that they're in. You need a different container if you want to grow energetically, spiritually, mentally, I don't know, maybe physically." And so the DoorGrow Growth Accelerator Mastermind, our super system level of the mastermind, which is focused more on operations for higher level operators or business owners. This is not just a course. It's not an online program. I'll be AI. It's not A, it's B. This is what actually really works. This gets you real results. It's come be in a seat with us in Austin. Come hang out with us. We curate and attract the most amazing entrepreneurs. We have a new team member named Kyle who's over client success. And Kyle, we were just chatting the other day, him and I, and he was like, I was talking about, we have really awesome clients. He's like, I know, it's so amazing the type of people you attract. We attract, I believe, the best people in the industry. The best humans in property management are in DoorGrow's mastermind and are working with DoorGrow. And a lot of the coaches, a lot of the people out there, they're past clients of mine. DoorGrow's had a significant impact. And I'm obviously a bit biased, but I believe we have the best stuff in the industry to bring to the table. And we have the most comprehensive program. We help with growth. We help with ops. Nobody else has rebranded over 300 companies. Nobody else has built, well, maybe someone's built as many websites as us, but we built hundreds, probably 600, 700, 800 websites. We've helped people clean up their pricing. We've rolled out innovative 3-tier hybrid pricing models. We're helping clients dramatically increase their profit margins. If you feel like you've heard it all and you've worked with all the other coaches, you may want to take a look at DoorGrow because we have the most comprehensive. There's lots of coaches that do one little thing here or there, and there's some really great ones out there. But as far as having the most comprehensive program, and I think the most innovative ideas and strategies, the only way you can curate and have that is through some sort of mastermind environment. And that's what we've created at DoorGrow. If you felt stuck or stagnant and want to take your property management business to the next level, reach out to us at doorgrow.com for a free training on how to get unlimited free leads. Text the word leads to 512-648-4608. Also, you can join our free Facebook community just for property management business owners by going to doorgrowclub.com. We have launched our own private community outside of Facebook, and so we'll be telling you more about that. The DoorGrow Club will be somewhat shifting into this new awesome space. And if you want tips, tricks, and ideas to learn about our offers, subscribe to our newsletter by going to doorgrow.com/subscribe, and you can get our newsletter. And if you found this even a little bit helpful, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review. We really appreciate it on whatever platform you saw this on. And until next time, remember, the slowest path to growth is to do it alone. So let's grow together in the room together. Bye, everyone.